Generally, when I'm looking at an inventory item, in this case Northwoods cranberry sauce, there's an in-stock value. In this case I've got 383, but very often that number is broken into various statuses of that 383. So of the 383 I have in stock, they may not all be ready to be sold or consumed in a manufacturing process. Obviously you probably won't be using cranberry sauce in a manufacturing process, but again, please follow along with me just for demo purposes. So of that 383, I can now see that I've got some that are available to promise, most, but I've got 50 that are pending quality inspection. So of the 383, there are 50 that are not available to promise. And so as I'm changing the status of a particular item, that's going to prohibit me from using it or selling it. So in this case, these 50, the sales fulfillment screen will not see those as available to be shipped to customers because they're pending quality inspection. So you can use the status editor for a large variety of purposes to designate that items are on rent or the items are on hold pending some sort of inspection, or they're frozen for inventory count, any number of things, and you can change those. And often the system will automatically handle that for you. So as you're using manufacturing or maintenance and various modules, most of these transactions will happen automatically. But to show you, to illustrate the concept of the layer status editor, I'm just going to make a manual transaction. In this case, Northwoods cranberry sauce, I've got some in Hong Kong and some in London. But suppose that I said, I want to change the status of some of these items. So I'm going to take these 5 items that are in this particular warehouse in Hong Kong, and I want to change those to pending quality inspection. So perhaps someone's called us and said that, hey, we received some cranberry sauce, we opened the can, it was bad, and we have a suspicion that something may be wrong with the entire batch if I were managing this by batch. So I'm going to put a quick freeze on these by changing them to pending quality inspection. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take all 5 of that particular layer and I'm going to change that status. So now what happens is you'll notice that those 5 are now pending quality inspection. What that essentially did was put a freeze on it. These are still capitalized on the balance sheet. The net value of inventory has not changed, but the system now knows that, hey, these particular 5 items are in some sort of temporary state. There are a variety of layers that you can change an item to. These are some of the items or the default statuses that come with the system. So for example, if you rent something to a customer, it's not in-house, so that you can't promise it to another order, but that it's still part of your inventory. It just happens to be on a customer site, for example. So there's a large variety of reasons where you use the layer status concept, and the layer status editor allows you to make manual changes to that particular section.